Late today, we learned the identity of one of the soldiers shot dead at Fort Hood, Texas, Sergeant Timothy Owens of Effingham, Illinois. His mother says Owens was a counselor and was shot 5 times at close range as he tried to calm the shooter down. The gunman was identified today as Specialist Ivan Lopez, an Iraq veteran and the married father of a 2-year-old girl. Lopez killed 3 soldiers before committing suicide. 16 other soldiers were wounded. 3 are in critical condition tonight, but all are expected to survive. We have 2 reports. First, Anna Werner at Fort Hood. Anna?
Scott, Ivan Lopez used a semi-automatic handgun in this attack. The commanding general here says there are no signs yet that he had specific targets. The gunman had moved to this apartment a few weeks ago. Neighbor Shanice Banks saw him yesterday at lunchtime.
He looked fine. He didn't look, anxious or, there's no signs of it could have been him. That's why it was so mind-boggling.
A few hours later, he was shooting fellow soldiers. Lieutenant General Mark Milley.
There may have been a verbal altercation with another soldier or soldiers, and there's a strong possibility that in fact immediately preceded the shooting.
He started firing at an administration building. The first calls to 911 were made by 2 of the soldiers he wounded. Lopez fired more shots as he drove to another building where he continued the attack.
There's at least 1 chaplain that I'm aware of that shielded and saved other soldiers, broke some windows, and got them to safety.
The rampage ended when Lopez was confronted outside by a female military police officer.
He pulled out the .45 caliber Smith & Wesson weapon, at which time she saw that, interpreted that as a threat, correctly so, and then engaged him with small arms fire, at which time then the shooter did a self-inflicted gunshot wound.
All 19 of his victims are military personnel. Army Major Patrick Miller of New York is one of them. His mother asked for prayers on Twitter. 3 of the victims are in critical condition. Dr. Matthew Davis.
Specifically, they have some injuries to the neck. We have a potential spine injury, and we also have an abdominal injury.
Visitors and soldiers are not allowed to bring personal firearms onto U.S. Army installations. Restrictions were tightened after the 2009 shooting here and a series of suicides. General Milley promises to review security protocols here. Scott, the 100,000 people who come and go at Fort Hood are not required to pass through metal detectors or security screening.
One of the biggest bases in the world. Anna, thanks very much.